her a ride, actually.
Oh, perfect. Well, we are recording, so awesome. I hope I can, it's so much different on the phone. I'm so used to doing it on the iPad. That's okay. I was just gonna try to do our background to where I can see us like side by side, but it's fine for the first time. So I don't know, do you want to welcome? Do you want to do like this is so new and brand new for us, but at the same time, it's exciting because I know how well we connected in Cabo. And I think it's really important that we do so that, you can learn from other people, whether it's sidelines, downlines, uplines, wherever. So maybe you want to elaborate on like our vision for what we wanted to do these, Zooms for.
Definitely. All right. Well, if you don't know me, I'm Krista. And Rochelle and I are sideline sisters, and I got lucky. I got to run into her in Cabo, and we connected really quickly. And we had very similar outlooks on what we want this business for our future. We're both busy moms. We both want to feel good, and we want to help other people feel good. So over the last couple months, it's already been, we've been chit-chatting here, and we've been bouncing off business ideas. We've been talking about our teams and how we're growing and what things hold us back from growing. And just Rochelle's been such a help to me to be able to have somebody that I can talk to who's very similar and has the same mindset as me. And that girl knows how to pull me out of my negative mindset too. And we all need somebody like that helps you feel good, takes you out of that negativity, and throws you back into like, no, girl, you've got this. So I really bring you on, Rochelle, because I thought that my team needs a little bit of that fire from you, and hopefully whatever I can say can help out your team too. So our vision behind this is just another person's outlook, and to grow and to just kind of have a conversation. And in our conversation, we're answering questions. We're, bringing topics to light, not so much I'm the teacher and I'm teaching you, but more of just like, we're all involved in this, because that's what it is. We're all growing together. We're all learning together. You get to run your business how you want to, but you can take pieces and ideas from everybody else and work it into your business.
Yeah. Well, and I love that because, I gain so much good energy from you and a good vibe. And I think it's just, like you said, it's really important to have those people that are like, hey, let me give you like 30 seconds of venting, you know what I mean? And then get back on the horse. And we're all going to have bad days. We're all going to have good days. Like there's all the in-betweens. There's the valleys. Like I was at 12K for 5.5 years, like you talk about, having the ups and downs and, but at the same time, I was so grateful because I'm like, people don't even hit 12K. And for me to ever complain about being 12K for 5.5 years would just be silly. And so, when 40K hit in January, I was just like, well, that feeling, and just like us being on these lifestyle getaways, like I wish we could like bottle up, what you gain and, give it to everybody. But it's just the push that we have within ourselves, like my goals now are completely different when I started 6 years ago. And I look at now, I'm like, I literally have what I prayed for back then. So now it's just, you want to build that for other people. And, tonight we really wanted to discuss why we promote, because I think people, if you don't have a why, then you're really not going anywhere. You might just be coasting and just getting your product for free. And, that's totally okay. We love people where they're at. But at the same time, we see that opportunity and we got that vision. And I think it was really made clear for you in February, but by surrounding yourself with other leaders, other people just like us that have had other success, or they struggled in the same, area for months or whatever. It was just like being able to know it's normal, not every month's a plus. Like, even I looked at our numbers today, I'm like, we're doing like way more like right now than we did last month. I'm like, and that's just the part of business. If you don't have bad days, then you're not growing an exceptional business. So, it's really important to implement like what you're doing here. What do you want to do? Don't just write out like, I just want to make this amount of money this month. Like, I want to be able to pay my bills in 1 week. Like, I want to go to the grocery store and not have to look at my damn bank account. Like, I want to be able to, just like last week, I'm like, let's go to Vegas. Like, let's just drive, let's go, and like being able to have that freedom and, so be so specific, because once you know exactly what you're going for, that's what's going to push you every single day and get you through the no's, and I know you struggle with that too. Where you have those days where you send out like 15 messages and everybody had a negative answer, just like, good grief. Like,
Yeah.
it's, but then you'll have the other days where everybody's happy and everybody's doing good. And I've been patiently waiting on a couple people myself, and it's now finally sprouting. Like, talk about like a 5-year wait, I mean, but that's their plan, that's their time. And we just have to know truly what we have here to offer people, the solution to their problems, whether it's just being a happy customer and thriving for free, or we helping other people grow a business, a side hustle. So, you want to talk about what it is, what's your why as far as like promoting? You got a little?
I got a visitor. Go. All right, she's gone. Okay, so for me, basically, I tried the product. I said no for a long time. I tried it. I knew within days that I was different. I knew that this was making a change. I thought it was in my head. I'm like, this, there's no way I feel this good this fast. And I had what a lot of people say, I couldn't keep it to myself. I almost felt like it would be a disservice to not tell people what I found, just like your friend finds a good find at Target or on Amazon, they post about it, they talk about it, right? We all are like, oh, what'd you get? Oh, I tried this new beverage and it was great from Starbucks, whatever. Like, we live in a world where that's where everyone just naturally does it. So, I talked to my upline and I said, well, I love it. I'm going to share it. Now what? I'm going to talk about it. And she said, it's free to share. And I was like, well, that's impossible. Nothing's free ever.
Yeah.
And she's like, no, really, it's free. Like, there's no minimums. And I had been in other companies. So I knew, there's usually a buy-in, or there's an auto ship, or there's a catcher. I've been in a couple other different things, and there was nothing. There was no catch, no nothing. I was like, so literally I get to take something that makes me feel good. I get to tell other people about it, and then I get to make money off of it just because. And she's like, yeah. So right out of the gate a year ago, that was my why. I wanted to help other people feel as good as I was feeling, because I was in a real dark place when I started, and struggling physically and mentally, and just not being the mom and the wife I needed to be. I got to that point where you actually question, like, who am I? Like, what am I doing? I worked my whole life for a career that I had obtained and was really good at in ultrasound. And then we moved across the country, and my husband's like, well, you don't need to work financially. We're good. You can stay home. And I was like, okay, like, that sounds great. But then as a woman who likes to make her own money, who likes to contribute to the household, who likes to have a purpose and a job, I've been working since I was 15. Like, I've never not had a job. I just feel fulfilled. So over the last year, I went from, I'm thriving for free because it's fun and I'm going to tell people about it, to I contribute to my family. I have a purpose. I get up every day. I message people that I care about. I send messages to people that I haven't met yet, because I want to make a difference in their life, and because it makes a difference in my life. It fulfills my difference. Now, going to Cabo, my why changed again. And it's so weird how you go through these things and you can have changes. You can start where it's like, oh, no big deal. Like, I just do this for fun on the side, to, oh, I'm paying bills, to, oh my gosh, my husband doesn't have to work anymore. There's lots of levels that you can go. And I think going to Cabo and talking to you and meeting these other leaders, it really opened my eyes to what my new why is, which I'll forever want to fulfill better. But my new why is, I have an opportunity right now to let my husband quit his job. It's right in front of me. I have an opportunity to be a full-time family at home. He's not over the road. He's not dealing with bad drivers and drunk drivers. We have that opportunity right here. So for me, as much as I said all along, this isn't about money for me, and it's not a money thing, but we need money to live, right?
Right. Yeah.
So now it's become this is our business as a family, and we're changing lives together, and it is changing our life. So I think my why has continued to grow and change as time has gone on. What about you? What's your why?
I mean, the same thing. It did start in the beginning. I was not hesitant at all. Like, I mean, I was probably the easiest customer like ever. My friend called me up, she told me about it. And then I think the same night I hopped on like a Thrive Experience call and I ordered like that night. So it was just like boom, boom, boom. And then I got the product. I felt good within my first, couple days. And it was by day 5, I was like, I'm going to do this. And I had already started to share it. So naturally, like you said, and then I had 4 people ready. And that's when she's like, you should really promote. And I was like, I don't want to be that person. She's like, well, what do you think you've already done? You've already talked about it. You've already shared it. And that's what led me. So I hit VIP 800 in like 24 hours and then hit 1600 a few days later. And I was like, well, I think we have something here, and it just spread like wildfire. I think we were 4K in 3 weeks, and it was such a learning thing. So back then it was so different because I wanted other people to feel how good I was. But at the end of the day, I was in a really abusive marriage, a very unhealthy place in my life. And so when this came in, me being the same way, I always worked, 2-3 jobs even before my daughter was born. But then when I started staying home with her when she was 2, like that was like really hard for me. And then being in a controlling, abusive marriage, like it was just like I was in a really deep place. So this actually became that light at the end of the tunnel for me to get out of that abusive situation. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, I remember I didn't even have a car back then. And when VIPs hit, like I had to walk Grace down to the store with me and open up a checking account because I knew I couldn't put it in my ex's account because I didn't want him to make money. And so I had this money rolling in every week, even if it was $50, you know what I mean? Like I was building it to where months later when, the physical abuse got bad, I was able to get up and leave, without even a hesitation, having that financial piece right there. I mean, it wasn't a huge amount, but it was enough to get me out the door and to be in a safe environment. So then it was a much different goal, but now it's like having the success and having that confidence now that I have and knowing what this opportunity presents. That's what I want other people to see, and helping them to see that vision that they can change their family's life. They can, have a security blanket for when things out of our control happen, and my newest promoter, and, he just had like his car breakdown and like being able to have, something for bill money, like, things that you don't plan on, and that's like, now it's like really choosing to not just share the product because we already know it's life-changing, but to use my story as a way to inspire other people to say, hey, you know what, I deserve to be able to pick up and take my daughter to school. Or, remember when we were little, like if your parents picked you up or you dropped off, like you were the cool kid because you didn't have to ride the bus, and so I tell my daughter, I'm like, you're so grateful that you have that. And not to miss those memories and being able to do more than I was ever even been able to do, as a child. So I think that your why is going to consistently change, especially if you're hitting your goals. And now vision that like you have, that just took it to a whole other level, like nothing you even seen before. Like it's almost mind blowing once you surround yourself with. I think it's so important, like communicating with people often. We know how important that connection is, but like helping implement that to our leaders on our team and our organization, because, you might go 1 week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks without talking to your promoters, and like, but this needs to be like a, every couple day thing, because I know I get, good things from you and you get good things from me. We really want to share that and help other people to have that person. It's, a sideline, wherever they fall, like who cares? You just need to have the accountability and that person to go to that's going to inspire you to grow even more.
Yeah. And I think you need to be hearing success. If as I grow, the more I hear Thrive Experience stories about how the products changed their life or how the businesses changed their life, that fuels me. It's almost like when you see, like, I don't know, for me, I used to look at transformations online when I wanted to get motivated to get to the gym. I'm like, okay, let me see these people and what they've done. And now that makes me want to do it, same sort of thing. Like if I'm not feeding my mind with Thrive experiences and business stories, it kind of like gets on the sideline. And if you don't if you want this in your life, you need to be trying to plug into calls. You need to be trying to listen to stories and grow and learn from it. So I think that's cool.
Yeah, she's like, if you're not hearing a new Thrive experience story every day or something that's life-changing with our products, like you're choosing to not, because it's everywhere, whether it's in your organization, whether it's a sideline, almost ranking or whatever, like if you're not incorporating that into your every single day, then you're choosing to create this and treat this like a hobby. And, in the beginning, I didn't have the belief system that this could be even what it is now or where it's going. All I knew was that short-term goal of like, I need to get out of this situation. Yeah. And I shared that, even, through my social media and anything. Like my team didn't even know I was divorced forever because I never shared that. But I now, like, I'm not scared to share that part of my story because there's other people that can relate to, or maybe it could be a way out, or maybe it could just be a positive thing for that one person that might be struggling or trying to get better. There's we know what Thrive does, and I think surrounding yourself with that every single day is only going to fuel you to want to do more. But like you said, if you're not reaching out, if you're not trying to incorporate it into your life, then it just kind of goes to the side and ends up being on the back burner.
Yeah, definitely. Well, of course, I've got another little one. I think that is awesome. And I love that we're going to plan on doing this once a week, hopping on here and just talking about different topics and having a conversation, because I think that makes a big difference. And as more people hop on the call, we'll be able to take questions and share other experiences. But I just think it's so cool that we get to do this together. Like the one thing I noticed right out of the gate from Jason and Paul was that they want us to utilize each other. They want us to work up, down, sideways. It's not a one-way thing. And there is a lot of companies that is very strict about like, no, you work in your line, you use your people. But so I love that they're always encouraging us to learn from each other, reach up. Sideline Sisters are new best friends. So, and the cool thing is in another state and we get to have such a good relationship,
Yeah. And I love that, just talking about things that are hard or like the positives. And, I think it's really to have once a week where you are sharing, what did you do this week? And, just making it a constant thing to where we are uplifting each other. And if you are having a bad day, then let's talk about it. Let's let it out, and then let's move forward. Let's game plan to get out of that, and with doing this, I think it's important to incorporate other people and have questions or, and even after today, if you're watching the replay and you find yourself like, I really don't have a why. Like, I don't even know, maybe you don't even know what your story is. Like you could be as far as that, and that's totally okay, because our job and what we want to do help you to find those things and to really utilize it. Because the one biggest thing that I've learned from this company, this opportunity, this whole network marketing world is you have no idea how being one person, how many people you can truly impact. So we implement that, because I get so excited when someone starts sharing, because I'm like, oh my gosh, like Krista, how many people are going to be able to help? Like that's what gets me excited, because that's a whole new network of people that we haven't even touched. Yeah. And if you look at our number, we haven't even touched the surface of thrivers in this world. So, if you're struggling with those things, like, don't hesitate to reach out. I mean, we're more than happy to do a one-on-one call or talk about those things or those struggles, because this is what this is all about. So next Tuesday, we'll have a new topic. We are these under, I know how it is to watch and trying to, family life and all the things. But so next Tuesday, we'll have another topic about, whatever we want to incorporate. And then if you guys have any suggestions, or if you like what we're doing, like, definitely give us your feedback, because that's important to us too.
Yes, definitely. And then this will be posted in our team pages, our team messages, and on our event page. So the event page is live, so we'll be able to add all our promoters and continue our promoters can continue to add their people onto that event page so that they can find all these videos in the future.
Yeah, that's perfect. Well, thanks so much. I'm super excited. Sorry about, I was late. One day.
I love how you always say life happens, Thrive helps, right? So
Yeah, it's 100%. So let me see if okay, that's right. All right. Well, yeah, we'll touch back next week and then we will get this out to everybody and then we'll keep going from there, and super excited for this month. I mean, I'm just pumped every single day. I'm just like, who can we help? What new people today? And so we got a lot of work to do.
yep, for sure. Thanks, girl. I appreciate you.
All right.
Bye.